Alright, gamers. Unscripted, funny rat tutorial. Obviously, this trick is still very much early days, but if I can bust it out just like that, obviously there must be something to it, right? So let's go over this. I'm gonna cut straight to the chase. It's not 100% consistent. Probably never will be because of things like that messing up the slide. So let me just start with the setup for this trick. Like, for the purposes of getting onto the Twilight Harbor head, let's start with the setup. You want the rat to be around here, but it can be anywhere from, like, here to here if you want it to work. But ideally, right here is perfect. If it's all the way off here, your chances are very, very, very minimal. I've yet to get a proxy high enough that actually... I've yet to get a proxy, like, here, period. If the rat stays there. So some tassing might need to be done there. Yeah, but if the rat's here, what you're going to do is you are going to jump directly in front of it so that Spyro's back is touching the rat. And obviously when you tap square, you kill the rat and it pushes you, right? So what I want to do is jump directly in front of it, but slightly offset to the left of its hit sphere. So jump in front of it, be slightly offset to the left. So you see how I'm slightly to the left of the rat? Just like that. Once I'm in that position and I'm lined up with the inner corner of the North Cove portal, I'm going to tap square just for 1 frame just to make sure it kills. And then 2 frames after the square tap, after it dies, then I'm going to be holding right on the D-pad. See, I fucked it up there. My timing was bad, but that was a good position. So the rat's back in position. I'm back in position. I fucked up the timing. That is the worst part of it. If you fuck up the timing, you just get nothing. That was good. I was a little bit too center of the rat's hit sphere, so I need to be more left. Like this. There we go. Just like that. So I was in front of the rat, slightly offset to the left of its hitbox, and had Spyro's crest lined up with the inner corner of the North Cove portal when it was in a good position. And then as long as you hit the slide, everything's fine. That one was a little bit weird. Honestly, got no explanation for that. I think I just didn't aim it left enough. That one, I was a little too left of the rat physically, like relative to its hit sphere. This one just might be too far away. Like that rat was just genuinely just too far away, which is tragic. This one might be too close. Yeah, so those ones, I'm sure there's a way to make them work, but if the rat's too close like that, you can risk exactly what happened there. Like I couldn't get my glide out because I didn't have enough time to turn. Bad slide or lack thereof. Perfect. So for some of the ones like that where you get like not much height, you want to get really good at you want to prepare immediately and do a downright diagonal turn just to make sure that you're turning fast enough to actually get onto the Twilight Harbor head. And of course, if you really like are determined to land it, like if you're in an any % run or something, never ever 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 charge onto the Twilight Harbor head unless you are 100% confident that you're not going to hit a polygon that's going to bonk you. So you need a lot of height if you want to charge it. Otherwise, hold X so you can get a roll bounce because 90% of the time you are going to hit a roll bounce polygon. Yeah, this is one of those instances where you can charge because I got a lot of height off that one. Not quite sure what went wrong with that one. But yeah, these ones I've yet to see if I can get a proxy off of. Yeah, no matter how harsh to the left I line those ones up, the rat still ends up being a little bit too far right. There we go. That's another. Yeah, those ones where the rats are like here. Sorry, excuse me. The ones where the rats are like here, you want to really... I'm starting to think you might need to aim or like line Spyro up like this, which is really extreme, I know, but it might be the only way. Let me try that. Let me see if the rat goes off really far right on one of these attempts. I'm just going to fish for a rat that goes like really far right. So the practice codes I'm using, they do respawn the rat the same way a Death Abuse would. So this is viable practice for runs. obviously the only thing that if you're coming from like doing normal rat proxy, the biggest thing you're going to want to adjust is taking this super wide so that you're in more of a position to line up properly, like facing more inwards than usually. Because if you're doing normal rat proxy, you're usually lining up like this. You've got Spyro's Crest facing into this corner. But if you're doing long back rat, you really want to line Spyro's Crest up more like this, right? Hang on. I did not have enough time to set that up. I was too busy talking. Yeah, you want to line Spyro's Crest more up like this. A little more like on the inside of the North Cove portal. Not so much that the crest is facing into the portal itself. But near enough. Yeah, that was an example of needing it down right. Anyway, that's my process for that version of the trick. Then there's the chest version, which is very much not an exact science. It's pretty much the exact same thing. Like, if you are trying to get a rat surf, you just need to be... That was good. So pretty much, let me go over the logic for the rat surf one more time. Just on a rat, just on its own. If you are trying to surf to the right, like if you're trying to hold right to get a surf, you want to line up on the left so that you've got space to like wiggle around the rat's hitbox as it pushes you. And if you're trying to do it to the left, you want to do the inverse. You want to position yourself to the right of the hit sphere and hold left. Just like that. And then it's just a matter of timing. Obviously, the angle you're facing matters too, because the angle Spyro is looking determines the direction the rat is going to go. So you just need to be aware of that. You need to be aware that the angle Spyro is looking is the direction the rat is going to go. That was too far away, so I obviously was not flush up against the rat there. Yep, that one was aimed too far left. This is the ideal setup, if you ask me. Those ones are workable. That was just human error on my part, but the rat in that position is probably ideal. This is also pretty good. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So really, it's just a matter of diving in, immediately assessing the situation, being like, okay, where do I need to line up? How do I need to look? And then just getting in front, slightly to the left, and not fucking up the execution of the slide itself, which is like the couple frame window you have to hold right after the square tap. So one more thing I just want to make note of. Let me see if I can execute this. You can do the same thing off this corner here. This corner here also works for getting a proxy. And that tends to really help when the rat is like really far out to the left. Like if the rat ends up setting up somewhere around here, you can do the same setup and try and get a proxy off this corner. But this is a very fringe case that doesn't come up often. It's just worth knowing. Let me see if I can get a position where that's warranted. Maybe this? No. So I want to aim that a little bit more left. This is very out this way. Yeah, if I could get a successful attempt off that angle, that would be so good. I need to see that happen. If anyone can make that happen, do share. Yeah, other than that, there's not really much else to this. You just gotta be brave and confident and like know what to look for. And just know the trick to setting it up. I've explained pretty much all that I know, so there we go. Yep, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I know for long backrat. So if anyone has any questions, don't bother because I've told you everything I know.